Item number 13 is business from City Council. City Council reports. Councilmember Buckland.
Quite a bit going on in the last 2.5 or so weeks. Attended the Sutter County Literacy program over at the library. In fact, Supervisor Stan Cleveland was there at that event also, along with some other elected officials. Just a great recognition of how much that program affects our community. Attended a mayor's brunch, getting a bunch of old mayors together and sitting around the table. I think just was a great reflection of what this community has done over the past about 30 years, just through the city council and that group of individuals, and how much vision there has been moving forward with our community. Had just a very short meeting with the Chamber of Commerce as they move forward with planning for next September to have some type of a festival. We don't know what that festival is. It'll be a 3-day event. We have no idea what the name of it will be yet, but it will be a festival right around our harvest, and hopefully within, I believe, the second week of September, somewhere right in there. Also attended the SACOG and West Sacramento's launch of Code for America grant, which is going to be focusing on ag consumption as related to our region. Much of this will have to do with our rural programs, how ag interfaces with the urban environment, and what those consumption rates are. There's going to be 2 fellows coming in to put this program together through this grant process. They'll be in the area for about a year, and what it's going to require are many government agencies within the region, within the SACOG region, opening their codes for their data on their computers to be able to access much of what goes on in our community. Also got to walk this last Saturday for Pink October with Team Nina, but I'm going to leave that to the mayor to give more of that. Attended the SACOG GRAPA meeting, which is a government relations and public affairs meeting. The crux of that conversation dealt right around Senate Bill 674 that's over to the governor for signature, and that relates to CEQA exemptions, minimal CEQA exemptions for infill work that is to occur in future for some of the city building or municipal building projects. And then we also discussed some of the funding criteria for future projects and looking at about 20 different criteria. And part of that is we're going to be adding a public safety component, a measurable public safety component to the big projects that will be funded out of SACOG in the future. That's all I have.
Great. Councilmember Vermont.
My week was a little bit slower. Attended some of the same meetings. The main meeting we had was the Housing Authority. We're working on regional housing authority. Sutter County Housing Authority has been growing and becoming a regional housing authority. We've added Nevada and Colusa in the last few years, and now we're looking at adding Yuba County. So it'll truly be a regional housing authority. There's a lot of specific issues that you need to learn. So it by regionalizing it, we have a lot of specialties that we able to access and run the agency a lot more efficient with fewer people. So looking forward to that. That's all I have to report.
Councilmember Starkey.
I don't really have anything to report. It was very slow. I belong in, but I would like to schedule an appointment with you. At your satellite office in Milwaukee. So maybe next week, Wednesday afternoon.
Vice Mayor Dukes.
Had a couple items. Was able to attend the first Thursday dinner, which this month happened to be on the 3rd Thursday of the month, but attended with Mr. Krager and myself and members from the FRACMed, the Feather River Air Quality Management District Board. to discuss the cap and trade funds and how they are going to be spent in our region. Attended 2 Feather River Air Quality Management District meetings, one last week to look at the new facility that the agency is looking at purchasing, and then the meeting yesterday where the board approved the purchase of the building up on Washington Street, just off of Live Oak Boulevard. And then attended the Chamber Business Connection breakfast, which interestingly enough, at the same time, Ricky, I used the city's Comcade app to send the information to Brad also. So I'm not sure which one he got first, whether it was yours or mine, but well, he's smiling, so I don't think he's going to tell us which. But and then last Saturday had the pleasure of attending the ribbon cutting and grand opening of the 162nd Air National Guard unit at Beale Air Force Base. This is their headquarters is now going to be on the base. The Air National Guard is actually a state agency. There's also the Air Reserve, which is a federal, and then of course the active duty. And what the Air Force is trying to do is to blend and put all of those operations together on bases rather than having them spread out all over the place. And so they were able to take advantage of some funds that were available actually about 3 years early, and were able to build this new facility out at the base, and it will be housing that new unit to serve our community. And they moved from North Highlands, and that actually by moving, that's going to save them about $3 million over the next 5 years in operating costs. So it's a $6 million project that will have a quick payback just by moving and having a new facility.
Wow. Okay, Ricky and John, I know you guys are looking for a festival for next year and don't know what to call it and don't know where you're going to have it at, and you want it to 3 days. You know,
I think we should have
you do know or you don't know? Okay. Did you want to get up to the podium and did you want to get to the podium and did you want to get to the podium so people at home can kind of hear what you're talking about? No, I mean since we've kind of opened it up a little bit, got 3 minutes.
call it the Crow Festival.
Since I think John was saying he didn't know anything about it, but we
Well,
figured.
Well, no, John is actually, not to correct John, because he's absolutely correct. What we did, we have been working on this since last January. And so we do have what is a much broader plan. What John participated in, the council member, and we were so grateful, and we left kind of that a little, we didn't present all that information because we were looking for stakeholders' feedback. We want to make sure that what we're looking at, what we've been designing, actually is going to meet the needs of those who are going to be participating and find this to be a key event for the community. And so without putting too much in front and saying this is where we're going with this, we really wanted to have some fresh perspective from each of them in regards to what they felt were key elements. Inclusive in what we've been looking at is actually, it's gone through, and the title is kind of the running joke name because we haven't landed on the official title. It's gone from as holding places, the California Dirt to Dinner and everything in between, which is not the name. Nobody, see, we don't say these things in public. We don't want anybody to start using them.
Well, there's nobody listening other than
Yeah,
just a few
it's-
people here and a couple thousand watching at home, so we'll just keep it amongst ourselves.
It's so the title, we actually have a large group of marketers coming together, and we're doing a brainstorming session in regards to getting the right name that's going to reach out. We're having a 501c3 created around this event. It has many purposes. Well, it has a significant purpose, one purpose, but a couple of different ways that that's going to be executed, and it will be a driver for us to not only to increase traffic through the community and use it for an event that's going to stretch for the week prior and a week
So is it an
Post?
ag festival or is it a prune festival or?
Not prune festival. No, it's not a prune festival. Think of everything from supply. Why we called it to the dirt to dinner is because think of everything related to ag from the time from supplier
Okay.
and big farm equipment all the way through to producer to plate. Everything in between, every aspect.
Ag
But
based.
then
Ag
going
based.
on to from the foodie population and the wine to the music to ag innovation, and we're using some very unique items to create an event within the event to attract kind of an international market. So there's some very unique things about this event that you haven't seen before that have been in development for quite some time, and now we are ready to start kind of inviting people into that. So
Great.
it's
Fantastic.
been in development for a long time.
Great.
And that's
Thank
where
you
we're at.
for that.
And to add to that, there will be an invitation to
Yes.
partners that
Yes,
will be going
very much
out
so. Yes.
very shortly.
But you said you didn't know much about it.
Well,
Yes.
you know, in the interest of time, I was trying to
Okay.
make it as brief as I possibly could, but now you brought Ricky in and gave the longhand version.
That's
Everything is up for
Great.
discussion now, but
Thank you, John.
we'd love to have you involved and State Farm involved. And
yes.
Good job.
Thank you, Ricky.
So if everybody can be in on part of the secret of knowing that that is a working title name, please let's not start it.
Well, great. Dirt to Fork in 2015.
The event for right now.
Dirt to dinner.
and
Well,
everything
thank you.
in between.
Well, thank you very much for that. Like John mentioned, obviously this is Pink October, which is always near and dear to all of us, especially dear and near to myself since my wife has been battling breast cancer. So we've had second year for the Larry Giveke Caring Foundation that we had a team, and this year had about 75 participants that walked with us, wore black shirts with pink ribbons, and then hats off to Larry Giveke and his family that do a wonderful job for this community. And so I guess we should be all wearing pink. So our next meeting, we'll make sure that everybody on this council wears pink for Pink October. Also had the opportunity to attend the United Way Wine Soiree. So that was a great event, great cause for our community, and I believe they raised a lot of dollars that'll go back to nonprofit organizations that they divvy out. So hats off to Bob Harlan and Tom Walters and all that group for doing a fantastic job. What else do I got here? Oh, for those of you that are wondering, top of the third, Giants 2-0. So with that, the meeting is adjourned. Thank you.